What's up, dudes? Welcome to a Crespo Twin channel. My name is Carlos Crespo, but you guys can call me Negro. In this channel, we're going to discuss the latest chapters of some of the manga that I'm reading at the moment, and I also have plans in the future to make a podcast with my friends. Alright, let's get to the first video that I'm making today. Is going to be about my favorite manga and anime of all time, which is One Piece. And I just got I'm just getting too excited just to not talk about it because my friends or my brother, they're not caught up with any of the manga, and I just want to make a video discussing it, maybe meet more people that would like to discuss them with me. So let's get to chapter 997. Okay, so let's start with Sanji. I think Sanji being trapped is more of a setup than anything. I think Oda, what he's trying to do is set up Sanji's big entrance like he did in Enies Lobby and Punk Hazard and in Dressrosa. I think that's the point of him being trapped. Some people took it like as an L, but we all know he's gonna get out of this. But what I think this shows is actually more of people I think are starting to figure out Sanji and his weaknesses, which of course everyone knows is women. But the fact that the enemy is starting to realize that seems interesting to me. Like in future arcs, would more people know about this? Will more people be able to trap Sanji with, baiting him like this? Who knows? Alright, and now real quick, let's talk about the gifters, which we know Oda loves to draw. And this time we get Poker and Mizurka, which have a rattlesnake smile and a gorilla smile. Which to me, he reused the gorilla again. I like the other one more, where he has the gorilla for a hand. But I think how the snake for Poker is the feet, I think is pretty funny. Now let's get to the Zoro part, which to me is my favorite part of this whole chapter. Which, if you haven't seen my profile pic, it's obvious that I'm a Zoro fanboy, and this was a big chapter for Zoro fans. Because this part starts off with Big Mom is jumping through the roof, and then you can barely notice it, but Oda does draw Kiku's arm falling down. It's just a line, but he does draw it so that people can notice it if you pay attention. But the main thing is that Zoro and Robin, as we later see, they notice Kiku's arm falling through the ceiling. And that's when Zoro starts to get pissed. He starts taking things a bit more serious. And it starts off by when Apu is fighting Drake, it looks like Drake broke one of his tonfa. Which I think that's his weapon. He breaks one of the tonfa, and then Zoro just cuts him, and it looks amazing. I think it's the Chichi-Son-Son, because that's what the stance looks like at the end. But oh my god, that drawing is so beautiful and badass. And after that, Zoro gets the cure for the Oni virus and gets it over to Chopper. And then Chopper has a little moment. Hopefully he has a bigger moment later on. But he's figured out that with fire you can kind of slow down the virus, and that he's gonna create the antibodies for everybody that's getting infected, friend or foe, which I think is good because he's a doctor and that's what doctors are supposed to do. And then after that, it's when Zoro attacks Queen, and he declares I'm done playing games. He's here to cut down Kaido or chop into pieces, depending on which translation you read. And then after that, we get a little Conquer Haki teaser with Zoro, Zoro just making with Oda just making fun of the idea. We have Brook mentioning because Onigashima starts shaking, and then Brook asks, "Oh my God, Zoro! Is this Conquer Haki? Are you doing this?" And Zoro's like, "Nah, it's not me. I didn't do this," which I think it's funny, but I personally think he will have Conquer Haki in the future. I mean, Rayleigh was the second in command to Roger. Why wouldn't Zoro have it? And after Zoro attacks Queen, that's when we get the reveal of Kiku's arm, which is when Robin tells Zoro, like, I know why you're mad. I saw Kiku's arm fell to the ground as well. And then we get the shot of the arm on the ground. And after that, I like how Zoro's like, oh man, I wish I could fly. And boom, Marco's there. And Marco's like, need a ride? Okay, and after that, the Conqueror's Haki thing was the island started to shake. And Oda is showing that it's not just there that's shaking, that it's everywhere in the island that's moving. The whole island is shaking. And then they cut to Yamato outside. And while Yamato's carrying Momonosuke asks, like, what's happening? What's going on? Why is the island moving? And then Yamato explains that it's too late, that they can't escape the island anymore. But then Yamato explains that the reason dragons fly is just because they create something called flame clouds. And then the next panel is the 2-page spread of Onigashima starting to rise in the air, and it's amazing. Like, just like with some clouds, apparently he can now Kaido can now move islands. And when they show Kaido, he's in his base form, which, you know, this gives some credit, a little bit credibility, which I'm not sure, to be honest, if it's true, to the theory that Kaido is actually a dragon that ate an Oni fruit. I don't know much. I don't know if the theory is true. It's true. It'd be cool if it was. And it also gives a question to, has he moved another island before? People saying that Onigashima might be God Valley. Who knows? It'd be awesome if it was. And then Kaido states that he's moving the island to what he's now gonna call New Onigashima, and that his world of violence is going to commence. And that's how the chapter ends. And I loved it just because of the Zoro stuff, but it was a pretty good chapter overall, because getting to, like, nobody else is going to the island. I think that's gonna, unless somebody else flying there gets there, that's it. All we need now is more of the fights to start to set in, like, who's gonna face who. And unfortunately, we don't get a chapter next week, or it'll be this week technically, but we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer to see what happens next. And it was also announced that we wouldn't get chapter 1000 by Christmas, which would be the normal time we would get it if there wasn't, like, a break. But apparently we're not gonna get chapter 1000 until next year. Well, unless, you know, you read it from an unofficial source, which I'm probably gonna do. But that wraps it up for this video. Hopefully I see you guys next time, and leave down your comments on the chapter below. Alright, see you dudes.